this video is all about the mindset of doing the freedom game. It follows on from what I was talking about in the last video, all about the value of play and making this as fun as possible. So children love to play. It's absolutely in their DNA. Even if you've got a grumpy 14-year-old, they still love to play. It's just probably on their computers rather than running around with a stick. But if play is in their DNA, rebellion is also in a lot of kids' DNA. And this is something natural. I mean, think about it. When you were young, and maybe now, don't you think that you could just do everything better than your parents and the other adults around you? Yeah? And why would your own children, or the children that you care for, be any different? It's a biological sort of fact of life to think we can do things better than the older generation. So what you need to do is just accept this as part of the freedom game. So as I say, it's about getting them to own it as much as possible and sort of work with you. Sure, you may have to lay down the law a little bit, but or maybe a lot depending on your situation. But any ways you can find to be working with your child rather than trying to just make them do what you want you will really get the benefit, and so will your young one. The other thing I want to talk about is about getting the whole family involved. So you may just have one child who's really affected by sugar, but I don't think it's going to be very helpful to make them not have sugar and let the other kids have sugar, or you yourself, because as I said in the last video about the freedom game, what you're doing is really revolutionary. It's an amazing thing that you're doing for your child here. But it's challenging. It is challenging. Let's just be honest about that. So you want the whole family to be supporting whoever it is that you're helping to reduce or eliminate sugar. And remember, it's just for 2 weeks. At the end of the 2 weeks, you may decide, you may be thinking, I never want my child to have another fizzy drink in their life. Yeah, that's great. I'm with you on that. But you can't go around explaining that to everybody like that. If you want people to make a change, it's much easier to say, look, we're just doing this for 2 weeks. And then at the end of that time, they may well have got used to that, and it's not such a shock for them. So if you're making replacement desserts from what I'm going to show you in this ebook, everybody should have them. And if you've got any protests from other members of the family, whatever age they are, saying, well, I don't want to do this, why should I have to do this? But you say to them, yeah, that's fine, you can have sugar, but you have to go and do it somewhere else. This is an important thing for whichever child you're helping here, and explain to them that there's other things that they may have needed help with, or they will in the future, and you would expect everyone else in the family to support them. Okay, so that's all for this video, but do read on below, because I've written some more about if you're finding helping your child reduce sugar brings up some issues for you, because that's certainly something that you will need to at least be aware of during this freedom game. Okay, thanks.